Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are. Because now it's time for Hey Qween with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Yay! Come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Qween.
Hello, my chia pads, and welcome to another life-affirming episode of Wah Wah with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Today's show is going to get us into the groove, my darlings. Here today is a queen with a multitude of talents. She's known the world over as a contestant on RuPaul Drag Race Season 3, and more importantly, the #1 Madonna impersonator in the world. She's florgeous. That's flawless and gorgeous, put together. Miss Venus Delight is in the studio. Yay! But before she vogues on out here, there's someone else who must be announced. Ooh, yes, child, she's looking good. She's looking good. She got her Kenneth Cole shoes on, her Johnny Versace blue leather dress, her nails were done, and her hair is fierce. She's like a Cooper's limousine. Don't you want to ride? That was a Climax reference, in case you didn't catch it. It's Miss Lady Red Couture! Oh my goodness. Hi, Queen.
Hey, Qween.
I mean, now, I feel this is confusing for the audience because I was written a very hilarious intro where I was doing a Bernadette Cooper.
Right.
Opening with her Gianni Versace blue leather skirt, her
Right.
nails done.
Right.
But then you came out here looking like Glinda the Good Witch, like where you ate Glinda the Good Witch, you stole her shit. You look amazing.
More like Glinda the bad bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Stroke my unicorn,
Yes, bitch. Well, we have another bad bitch in the building.
Yes.
He's been on tour, so he's not always able to be here, but honey, he's here today. It's our band leader, Mr. Adam Joseph, and the Go to Bed Wigs. Yay!
Bitch, you better kiki and cut up. Hey, 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 Queen. Girl, you better turn out the show. You know you're a homo.
Yeah. Thank you for that Madonna-inspired Hey Qween intro, honey.
You're welcome.
Just being extra, doing what you do best. Can I tell you that your, bang situation is, the most cunty bang piece that I have seen in a long time? You know I love a cunty bang piece.
I've been growing out my hair for the winter. What can I say?
And now, it was pointed out to me today that the go-to-bed wigs are missing their instruments.
Yeah, well, they went on strike because I was gone for so long. And now they decided they're just going to be here for moral support.
Are they just your backup singers, and now they're only lip sync
but
backgrounds?
I heard them sing, and I told them to just lip sync.
Oh, they're more models than vocalists.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all right. All the best queens have to lip sync, Lady Red.
Girl, that country bang piece and got to her head.
Yes, it did. She's fighting with the go-to-bed
Yes,
wig.
girl.
The drama, Venus isn't even out here, and the drama
Yeah, stolen
has already
instruments
begun.
and stuff about they on strike.
My
You know
goodness.
you stole the instruments.
He stole their instruments and he cut out their vocal cords. Adam Joseph, killing the go-to-bed wigs. All right, well, we have a big show. Miss Venus Delight is here today, sweetie. Yeah! And she is ready to give us and y'all a piece of her mind. So when we get back, Venus Delight is ready to slay. We'll see you in a minute.
Venus tonight, come have a kiki. She looks like Madonna on Hey, 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 Queen.
Hey Qween.
Love celebrity gossip?
And Hollywood Shade.
Of course you do. Subscribe to our brand new podcast, Hot Tea with Jonny.
And Lady Red.
We read all the tabloids so you don't have to. I'm talking about Star, In Touch, Life and Style, National Enquirer, National Inquisitor. I mean, all the nationals. Subscribe to Hot Tea with Jonny and Lady Red now.
Hey Qween.
She was featured on RuPaul's Drag Race, but she's most known as the world's #1 Madonna impersonator. Please welcome Venus Delight. Yay! Where is Venus? What is going on?
That's the devil.
Oh my God. What is, wow! Oh my God.
Kisses, everybody, I'm back.
Wow, okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
This isn't Drag Race All Stars. I told them to send me to All Stars. Damn it. Well, this is what I get for showing the guy last night my dick. I guess he got a little cross-eyed.
I guess so.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, let me get out of here.
Okay.
Let me just squeeze on out of here.
All right. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Venus Delight, come and have a kiki. She's looking like Madonna on Hey Qween.
Yeah. Here she is, Venus Delight.
I'm here. I made it.
Wow, Lady Red. I thought your album was called Stunt Queen, but Miss Venus Delight decided to pull a stunt right at the top of the show.
Talk about gag for gag's sake. I had to come out in the morning for that.
Yes, you did.
Well, I heard it's the direct way to go back to RuPaul's Drag Race, so I thought I'd try it out.
You
see.
just get in a box and hope for the best.
Exactly. Get in the box and hope you get shipped to the right place, right?
Yes.
Darling, I brought you a surprise.
Wonderful.
Okay. I hope you like champagne. Do you?
Oh, I do.
Okay. Well, darling, I didn't just bring you any champagne.
Oh, what is it? Oh my goodness, Crystal Champagne, Lady Red. Whoa. This is getting fancy up in here, Venus Delight. I feel like I'm actually interviewing Madonna now.
Well, darling, you are sitting next to the queen, so of course I'm going to treat you like a king.
Thank you. This is good.
Lady Red, you thirsty, honey?
Always.
Now, Johnny, darling, I once saw a queen that you interviewed bring you a $5 alcoholic beverage. I can do better.
All right. Oh.
And wasn't she the winner?
Yes, you Oh, things are getting shady already up in here. I think it's going to be a fun episode.
Oh, my God.
An episode where zero
don't know what
fucks were given. All right, well, now we've got our champagne. Here's to, you want to make a toast?
Cheers, darling.
Cheers.
You only live once.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm a Crystal, P-U-L-E-N-C-E.
Opulence, darling. Tons of opulence.
It's always that pause. It's that pause you gotta take. Cheers. Thank you, Venus.
darling.
All right. Cheers, Lady Red. Adam.
Welcome, darling.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let's get this interview fucking started, honey.
This tastes delicious.
Oh, wonderful. I feel like Jennifer Lopez. Oh, the shade. How dare you? How dare our own
I didn't
guest.
say it. Michelle Visage did, girl.
Wait, were you talking about milk, by the way?
Ooh, bitch. Show's just started. We're three bitches in, honey. This is getting good. Now, you know what, Venus? I didn't even realize you and Lady Red go back
We go back
like a while.
10 years.
Wow.
So we go back to Long Beach Ripples.
Yes.
I remember the first day I met her, she could not make me stop laughing. She told me how she got her name. She was always looking for a great pair of shoes. That was like her quest for life.
Yes.
And you know, you know what? I loved her journey. I've loved seeing her grow. I'm glad she's here with you guys. I'm so proud of you, Red. I really am. Congratulations on all your success.
Shut up, bitch. What kind of shit is that? Congratulations on your success. Shut up. I love you, girl. I ain't never gonna stop loving you. But one thing that we can add to our history is I've never tasted Cristal, so you're the first girl to introduce me to Cristal.
Now you've just started up her strange addiction to Cristal. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Now, Venus, when did you get your start in drag?
I started 15 years ago, and
How old were you when you started?
I was 19.
Okay.
I was 19, I had saw the movie Cabaret with Liza Minnelli. And the whole movie's about her being a stage performer, being a slut by day stage performer at night. I was like, you know, I definitely fit that role.
Okay.
That looks like the kind of life I want to live. So my boyfriend at the time knew all the drag queens in the scene. He had actually been friends with a really famous Madonna impersonator before me. Her name was Viva Sex.
Yeah.
And she used to have a show at Peanuts. And so he
The
would...
legendary Peanuts.
The legendary Peanuts.
Where RuPaul used to sometimes hold the light for the girls during the show, right?
She would be in the DJ booth holding the light. And you know, the funny story is, she was there the first night I performed.
Wow.
It wasn't that a crazy omen. She
Yeah.
was there. I performed Marilyn Monroe. I was with Delta. I was with Raja. I came out, and she was in the DJ booth. Her mouth had just dropped. And I made like $40 in tips that night, which to me, I was like 19. I'm like, oh my God, I made like $40 in drag. Oh my God. And even like View was like, damn, she made $40.
She did pretty good.
She did pretty
Well, because
good.
that was the 40th anniversary of Marilyn Monroe's death that night.
Yes, yes, August 5th. August 5th, 2002.
Because before your obsession with Madonna, you had an obsession with Marilyn Monroe.
Well, actually, no. My obsession with Madonna started when I was 15. And I was going through my mom's CD collection, and I came across Madonna's first CD. Now, I remember Madonna from the 80s, and the song I remember the most is Dress You Up.
Right.
So I thought, you know, maybe this album has that song. You know, we didn't have Google or YouTube back then, so we had to, like, play it and find out for ourselves.
Yes, a look in the booklet that it came with and see what it was and what it was all about.
Exactly. And so I played it. It just like, it changed my life. It didn't have Dress You Up, but the whole first album, I was like, oh my God, everything she's saying, I'm feeling emotionally.
Right.
You know, about love, about dance, about life, about breakups, about like, you know, hey, you know, it's all good, bye honey, next, you know. It just, I remember like walking home from school every day waiting to hear that album.
Wow.
It really spoke to me.
And so it continued to grow. And then when you went into drag, you started with a Marilyn look. When did it start to veer to like a Madonna thing?
Well, what happened? Well, so I'm listening to the first album, and this was like during the late 90s techno rave days.
Okay.
So I'm like kind of copying the style in a sense. I'm like stacking all these power beads. That's what they were called, power beads.
Right.
I'm getting bandanas and putting bows in my hair. And it freaked my mom out. She was like, you're kind of freaking me out a little bit. I know you like Madonna, but what's going on here? I'm like, I don't know. I just thought I'd try something. I'm a teenager, you know. I'm just like trying new things.
Mom, I'm just trying to be like Madonna, whatever.
I know,
like rave like Madonna.
Leave me alone.
Don't
Get off
bother
my
me,
case.
Mama.
Come on. So I started off as Marilyn Monroe because they were having a Marilyn Monroe anniversary night, and then it got into Madonna by an accident, actually. And that's, you know, okay, so I've actually never talked about this publicly.
Well, let's hear it, honey.
So
Let me
here's the
sip on my crystal while you tell me.
I'll join you right now. So here's how I first started. Tiger Heat, when it first opened many moons ago.
That's a big twink party here in LA, for those of you that don't know. It's been running for years, it's huge, still running today.
Right, it is. So it was their first couple months open, and they were having a Madonna night, and they had hired Viva to perform. And so Viva had called, his name was Eddie, my ex's name was Eddie. She called Eddie, said, hey, you know, can you pick me up to take me to Tiger Heat? I'll get you guys in. So we planned to go with her, and Eddie's like, hey, dress up like Madonna. And I'm like, you know, no, I don't want to. That's my idol. I don't want to look like a cheap imitation. You know, I'm not all about this. And he was like, you know what, let me do your makeup. I'll dress you up. You're going to look really good. And he's an awesome makeup artist, so I trusted him. He dressed me up in like this Lucky Star outfit from what we had at home. And we went to go pick up Viva. And she was like, oh, wow, girl, you look good. I'm like, oh, thanks. We get there.
You get props from the other number one
Madonna
impersonator,
impersonator, yes. So we get there. Viva performs. She performed early that night. And her and Eddie went to the smoking patio. I stayed inside because I like to hear music. I didn't really care for smoking. So Vogue came on. And this Tiger Heat at the time was at the Hollywood Athletic Club. And that's a huge stage. Huge. And there was a ton of people. Vogue's playing. And there was this invisible force just like pulling me to the stage. And I'm like going to the light. I'm like, no, I'm scared. I don't want to do this. Something just came over me. There was no security there at the stage. I got up and I performed Vogue.
Wow.
And the audience went nuts. They went crazy. Big standing ovation, everything. I ran to the smoking patio. Eddie and Viva were still there. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I just performed Vogue and they love me. Oh my God, I got this amazing reaction. They love me. And so all the people who had saw the show, now we're coming out to the smoking patio. And I'm standing next to Viva, but they were going to me and saying, oh my God, Madonna, can I take a picture? Oh, hi, Viva.
Oh, bitch.
Madonna, oh my gosh. And that's when me and Eddie knew, like, there's something here. And I think Viva knew it that night,
right?
Too, that, you know, something's.
And then did she slap you across the face and say, never stage me again, bitch?
She beat me like mommy dearest.
By the way, Viva Sex is in the back and she has knives and she's ready to kill you.
I got a gun, don't worry. Not bothered.
All right, well, when we come back, we're going to get into it. What happened on Drag Race? Who said what to who? Who's throwing shade to what? Milk did what to who? Oh, honey, it's just getting more delicious. We'll see you in a minute. Yeah!
Hey Qween.
Hey Queens, thanks for watching. For part 2 of this interview, click here. For more Hey Qween fabulousness, click here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.